Season 1, Episode 8. The Car That Changed the World. Shadow Practice. Welcome to your shadow practice session. Today we talk about the machine. The rhythm of the factory. Focus on the P, B, and K sounds. Keep your tempo consistent. Master the English of innovation. Let's begin. The script. Before 1900. The world was slow. It was local. If you were born in a village, you likely died in that village. A horse was a luxury. A carriage was for the elite. Then came a man with a wrench and a vision, Henry Ford. He didn't invent the automobile. He invented the modern human. He turned the car from a toy for the rich into a tool for the masses. This is the story of the car that changed the world. A story of standardization, speed, and the assembly line that manufactured the middle class. Henry Ford was a son of the soil, born on a farm in Michigan. He hated farm work. He thought it was inefficient. He was obsessed with mechanics. He could take apart a watch and put it back together before he was 10. He saw labor as a problem to be solved. In the early days, cars were built like watches, one at a time, by craftsmen. If a part broke, you had to forge a new one by hand. Ford saw this as chaos. He wanted interchangeable parts. He wanted a car so simple that a farmer could fix it with a hammer. In 1908, he released the Model T. He said, "I will build a motor car for the great multitude." But the Model T was only half of the equation. The real invention was the moving assembly line. Before Ford, the worker moved to the car. Ford reversed it. The car moved to the worker. Each man had one task: turn a bolt, attach a wheel, drop an engine. Over and over. Seconds became profit. In 1908, it took 12 hours to build a car. By 1913, it took 93 minutes. The price dropped from $800 to less than $300. He wasn't just making cars. He was making time. But there was a shadow in the factory. The work was mind-numbing. It was mechanical boredom. Men were quitting. The turnover rate was 300%. Ford needed a solution for the human element. In 1914, he announced the $5 day. He doubled the minimum wage overnight. The world thought he was crazy. The Wall Street bankers called it a crime against capitalism. But Ford was audit-proof. He realized that if his workers made more money, they could buy the cars they were building. He created his own market. He turned workers into consumers. This was the birth of the American middle class. But it came with a price. Ford created the sociological department. To get the $5, you had to live a standard life. You couldn't drink. You couldn't smoke. You had to keep a clean house. Ford sent inspectors to your home. He didn't just want your labor. He wanted your soul. He wanted standardized humans to match his standardized parts. As his power grew, his shadow deepened. Ford was a complicated man. He was a pacifist who hated war. But he was also a virulent anti-Semite. He bought a newspaper, the Dearborn Independent. He used it to spread hate and conspiracy theories about the international Jew. His pamphlets were read by a young Adolf Hitler. Hitler kept a portrait of Ford on his wall. He mentioned Ford in Mein Kampf. This is the noir truth of the automobile king, the man who connected the world with roads, also divided the world with ideology. By the 1920s, Ford was losing his grip. He was stubborn. He famously said, "You can have any color you want, as long as it's black." He refused to change. He refused to innovate. While General Motors was offering colors and style and credit, Ford was still selling the same Model T. The octopus of Ford Motor Company was becoming a dinosaur. He eventually had to shut down his entire operation for months to retool for the Model A. It was a financial disaster that only a man of his wealth could survive. What is the audit of Henry Ford? He destroyed the isolation of the countryside. He created the suburbs. He invented the weekend. Before Ford, there was no Saturday and Sunday off for the working man. He gave us mobility, but he also gave us mass production. He turned the human being into a component of a machine. Look at the world today. We live in the final logic of Fordism. Amazon warehouses, fast food lines, gig economy apps. Everything is standardized. Everything is timed. We are all parts in a global assembly line. The car changed the world, but the line changed us. We no longer craft our lives. We assemble them. We buy standard clothes. We eat standard food. We watch standard entertainment. The factory is now digital. The assembly line is the algorithm. And the $5 day has become the minimum wage debate. Henry Ford's ghost is in every barcode. He is in every shipping container. The Model T is in a museum. The horses are gone. And the roads go on forever. But the question remains. Do we drive the machine? Or does the machine drive us? Stay sharp. The engine is running. And the next part is coming down the line.